Every year we make a trip on spring break, and obviously the primary focus is to get some good lacrosse games in and add to a resume, hopefully that's pretty strong, and give our guys some more experience. For us, heading down to Tallahassee, we were able to do that by getting 2 ranked teams coming in and playing USF as well, which was a good opportunity for our guys. I just want to get the guys there with enough time to kind of acclimate themselves to Tallahassee weather. So I figure get up early, get on the road. Hopefully they can sleep for the first few hours.
Going into this trip, you know, we're excited about the competition, excited about the opportunity to be able to play as a team and you know, kind of get out of the Lynchburg area.
On the bus, I mean, you got your long bus ride, so it's a long time to just kind of sit and wait and, you know, traveling from A to B. So, you know, we got to find ways to fill the time. So a lot of guys are, you know, there's guys plugging in Xboxes and bringing, you know, video games on the bus.
What a take! Oh.
Brett Miller! Brett! Room 5, Grant, Max, win.
Nice!
Woo!
It was a long 13 hours, I'll tell you that, on the bus. I was awake for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, you slept for probably 12 hours, 40 minutes. I was laying on it during my nap, so it was a nice buffer, like pillow zone, so it was comfortable. But
It's nice to be here, but first 2 games against ranked teams, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous.
We opened up with a tough team with Texas State, a team we've never played against.
Definitely really excited. We had a practice. I thought that went well earlier that day.
We know that they're ranked. They had a pretty good season last year. They got a few good players that we scouted up, but other than that, we're coming in just kind of with a fresh opponent.
For us, we just kind of had to have the mindset of there's no free lunch. It wasn't just going to be handed to us, so we had to come out and compete.
He ran some things against us that were pretty successful with his own defense that stumped our guys for a little bit, and if I'm being honest, it really took us until about the 4th quarter to start to get things rolling there.
Offense, yeah, didn't go in. I saw so many good looks out there. You know, they're just small things don't go your way in the game. You come back, you turn around second half. You know, let's do it. Let's go!
Few parts of the game that didn't necessarily go our way, but you know, we just kept battling back, and I think it was a game that really would help us build character, and I think that's gonna show later in the season.
We got the win, and you know, after we talked as a team, and you know, there was definitely some things we needed to fix up, especially before we were going into Florida State.
Our second matchup with Florida State was definitely the one that we kind of had circled. I know that the last 2 seasons were the reason that their season ended, so I don't think they needed any more motivation than that.
Never a time where they're not ready to come out and fight against us and put up a good fight.
One way or the other, you guys just got to decide how that's going to be. Comes down to you. Hey, I'm all for you. I got your back, but I can't play for you. You guys got to do the hard. You guys got to play.
Here we go, boys.
Let's go. Steel spine on 3. 1, 2, 3. Steel spine.
Florida State's always a good team. They match up well with us. They have a high-powered offense every year, so defensively it's super fun to play against them. And I'm looking forward to it. I know their attackmen are pretty strong.
He fell, he's flopped.
Came out early and got a couple goals, but lost that lead pretty early in the game.
Defensively, we had a few malfunctions and some stuff we didn't fix until the end.
Offensively, I thought we did pretty well at times, but if we would have had 2 more shots go in, we could have won that game.
To be in a position when we were down by 1 with the ball with 15 seconds left in the game, you can't complain too much.
Good.
learned a lot about like individually the kind of character the guys have. Being down 4 or 5 goals, a lot of teams would quit. And the way we fought back, even though we did lose, I think overall like we did win.
The last game against USF was just a great opportunity to kind of finish out our spring break trip.
The only time we ever really saw these guys was a couple years ago, spring break in Florida, so we don't know how they're going to be this year.
We're a little bit tired after the FSU game, but you know, there's definitely some drive within us that we want to, you know, put on a show, kind of beat them up.
The table is set.
Heat it up. Heat it up, boys. Let's just go as hard as you can and beat each other up. Yeah. Just be positive.
Hey, it's the last 15 minutes of spring break, all right? Yeah. Let's have a little fun, boys. Let's get up for each other, all right? Let's go. Oh, you got 3. 1, 2, 3.
The game against USF helped just kind of cap off the week. You know, we were able to get a lot more of our guys in and just continue to develop each game, and I'll use this game as a stepping stone to the next one.
So yeah, so you kind of have to walk that fine line between keeping the guys focused on the lacrosse side of things and the highs and the lows that come after a big win or a close loss, whatever it may be. But in between all of that, we were able to do some fun things, and we took the guys out to a place called Wacala Falls, which is one of the world's largest natural springs.
We had a lot of fun on the off days. Obviously we competed, we worked hard in the regular games, but for our days that we were able to have off, we were able to go to a natural spring lake, which was sweet. You look across the water and there's an alligator just sitting right there. But then also on our last day, we were able to spend a day in Amelia Island, which was a ton of fun.
A lot of the gang rented mopeds, so that was a blast. Right up to the beach on those.
And these kids give up their spring breaks where they could really be doing anything they wanted to do. If they wanted to spend the whole beach or the whole time at the beach 1 week, then they would have the opportunity to do that. But we asked them to give that up to go play some lacrosse, and we thought it was a good trade-off to at least give them that one day on the back end to have some fun.
Spring break was a great opportunity for the guys just to grow together, build that team camaraderie. We learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about the team that we are. You learned a lot about like individually the kind of character the guys have, and I felt like we grew together.
I mean, anytime you're with a group of guys for a good week, you know, you better like them. And, you know, especially coming out of the trip, you know, you could be sick of them, but, you know, I'm not sick of my brothers. I love them to death. And, you know, Liberty Lacrosse to me is just a brotherhood, it's a family.
Coming in, you think you hear club sports, and you're like, oh, it's a bunch of guys who just kind of, you know, come out, don't care very much, and just kind of do their thing. But it's a program that's committed to being excellent, to growing, to standing for something more than just a game of lacrosse. And it's just been a pleasure to be a part of. It's you know, standing for what the college itself stands for. You know, for being a champion for Christ, showing you know who he is on and off the field.
My focus is more shifted towards the development of young men, and hopefully through lacrosse we can have a lot of impact and a lot of success in doing that.